After spending 4.5 months RVing down the Baja California Peninsula, it's time for us to make the long journey home. The trip north isn't without drama.
There's cars everywhere. It is madness.
What did you do?
Alex and Haley's RV wouldn't start.
Dude, I fell off the paddleboard.
But we also have our fair share of adventures and magical moments too.
I can't believe I got to see that.
Whoa! We're everywhere! This place is like another world.
La Jaiba!
Subscribe to join us this week as we say adios to Baja. We broke up our long drive home, stopping at one of our favorite camping spots in all of Baja, a secret cove on the Playa de Mulege. We instantly fell into the routine of waking at sunrise, getting out in nature, and going for morning paddles. And one morning, I had the most magical experience.
How lucky are you?
I cannot believe that happened. A pod of like 100 dolphins came right by me. I mean, they were swimming under my paddleboard, all around me. When their spouts would go, it was like so loud. I mean, I could feel it. It was incredible. I honestly cried out there, I'm not gonna lie. It was such a magical moment. Last night we sat by the fire and we were asking each other, what are some of the memories that you've had on the road? Just filled with that immense feeling of gratefulness and joy. We all started with kind of like one big memory. Before we knew it, we just kept sharing more and more memories because this lifestyle can be so amazing. And this was one of those core memories that I will 100% look back on and think, I can't believe that happened.
Don't worry. Wow, look at all the flowers. Whoa. Let's go this way. Oh, I'm all cut up. Dude, I fell off the paddleboard. Dang. Could have been worse, I guess. Could have cracked my skull. But I didn't do that. Ooh, there's a crab.
As much as it pains us to leave this spot, we do need to continue our journey. Today we are headed to Guerrero Negro. It should be about a 5 to 6 hour drive if we're lucky. We thought it was nerve-wracking driving south down the Baja California Peninsula. We're headed back north. Being on the cliffside changes things. These tour buses and semi-trucks drive so fast down these mountain, windy roads, and they're so narrow. There's barely a shoulder in most spots. I mean, we've heard of a lot of people like having their side mirrors hit by the semi-trucks in passing. Dennis drives with his side mirror in usually. You are amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, gracias. What are we gonna do when they leave us? We have like 10 more days with them and I'm gonna be so sad when we leave. We loved hanging out with them and she makes us so much delicious food. Yesterday Haley made banana bread with chocolate chips. Today she made us enmoladas with mole sauce. What? Another long drive day ahead of us, but we're heading to a really cool area. And since we are returning back up the Baja Peninsula, we can take a different route as we go home. On our way south, we took the highway from Mexicali down to Guerrero Negro. This time we're gonna be going up Highway 1. Should be very scenic and give us a whole new experience of the Baja Peninsula. This stretch of Highway 1 is notorious for being super remote. There are no services, no formal gas stations, so you need to come prepared as you drive through this area. There are a few locals that will sell gasoline, like in jugs on the side of the road, so just keep an eye out for those signs. We'll have a pin in our RV to Baja guide as well, showing where you can get gas. But yeah, we are loving being out here in the desert in this remote area. It is absolutely breathtaking. There are a few things we're going to be doing while we're here, mostly just taking in the vibes and having fun with our friends. But there's going to be some cool cave paintings for checking out a little bit later. It is quite chilly here. Last night it got down to 47 degrees. And we are here in early May. It's a stark change from what we were just experiencing. Baja, you're crazy. You can come out? We don't normally show you the behind the scenes for RV life from day to day, just because it looks pretty similar to your life. I'm sitting on the couch working most of the time. Sometimes we'll squeeze in a hike or go explore a new place. Right now, Dennis is outside doing a workout, and I am preparing chili for tonight's dinner. Pretty normal lifestyle. And honestly, that's kind of like the appeal of RV life. We are camping in a super remote desert in the middle of Baja California, yet we have all of our conveniences here with us. We have our kitties, all of our food, our warm, comfortable bed to sleep in at night, electricity, water. Since we have a solar setup on our RV, we are getting free power from the sun right now. I'm even using my Instapot to cook rice. It really is our preferred way of travel.
The Cataviña Desert may seem uninhabitable at first glance, but this landscape is home to hundreds of different plant and animal species, including the cardone cactus and cirio tree, which are endemic to Baja. The cardone cactus can grow up to 80 feet tall, with this area having one of the highest concentrations of this special cacti in all of the world. Cirio, meaning candle, is a tree that's loosely related to the ocotillo and reminded us of a scene from a Dr. Seuss book. These slow-growing trees can take as long as 50 years to reach 5 feet in height. After that, they grow at a faster rate of 1 to 2 inches annually. These prickly giants average around 70 feet in height, with the tallest ever recorded near Bahia de Los Angeles, at 86 feet tall.
This place is like another world. There are so many different types of cacti here. It is incredible. I think that these have been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years is mind-boggling. Whoa! They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're like all over the city.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
The Cataviña Desert is the ancestral homeland of the Kumeyaay people. This cave is one of many that can be found throughout the peninsula that preserves petroglyphs made by native peoples hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. The vibrant colors in the paintings were made from plants, animals, and minerals in the local environment. And while no one knows exactly what these paintings mean, many believe they are messages for future generations. These petroglyphs are extremely well preserved here, but unfortunately there was graffiti nearby. This is a friendly reminder to always respect the areas you're visiting and never draw, paint, or etch in sacred places like this. Our journey continued north as we made our way from Cataviña to the coastal farming city of San Quintin.
We have made it to Cielito Lindo. This is a super old school restaurant. It was built in like the 1950s, and a bunch of famous actors and actresses used to come here in its heyday. And John Wayne,
Jimmy Stewart,
Henry Fonda. They've got strong margaritas, delicious food. They're known for their crab, which speak of the devil, La Jaiba.
What's that?
But it's delicious.
What did you do?
I ate a lot of crab.
So a lot.
I ate a lot of crab. Fantastic. We had a blast last night. Honestly, we had a little too much fun. Those margaritas are no joke. cuidado. We ended up chatting until 10 p.m. We closed the restaurant down. Luckily, since we were camping at the restaurant, we didn't have to walk far to go home. We've taken it super slow today after our fun evening, and as we were heading out to go to our next destination, Alex and Haley's RV wouldn't start. This is the second time they had trouble starting it, so don't know if it's dead battery. Dennis is jumping them right now. It's on! She started! Yay! We had no idea what we'd be waking up to after arriving last night in the dark, but we had a feeling it'd be beautiful, and we were right. This place is stunning. We were driving through vines for like probably 10-15 minutes last night. Had no idea. This whole place is just complete vineyards. It's breathtaking. This vineyard that we're camping at is called Vinos du Bacano. They haven't opened for tastings yet, but at June 2023, they should be opening their tasting room. They're gonna have steaks, pizzas. They have a bunch of different wines. They've even won awards for some of them. You can camp here overnight. I think they're a part of the Harvest Host program, but they're letting anyone come as long as you kind of coordinate with them ahead of time. I definitely recommend it. It was safe, it was quiet, it's absolutely beautiful. We picked up a bottle of wine to go, and we are going to continue on toward Ensenada.
I dare say that this might be more beautiful than Valle de Guadalupe.
I think it is.
Except Valle de Guadalupe has just made a name for itself.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Lo molesté con una pequeña inspección, por favor.
Sí, está bien.
Gracias. Con permiso,
Sí, gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, señor.
We've gotten closer to Ensenada, and boy, the roads have taken a turn.
There was so much traffic, the drive took a lot longer. We stopped at a brewery on the opposite side of town that we probably wouldn't have visited if we weren't already heading this way. Cerveza Cardera, they have a nice tap list. I chose a stout that tastes like carajillo, one of our favorite drinks from Mexico. They also have like a restaurant on site where they do wings, costilla, ribs, fries, kind of like bar food. So we're filling up on some food, trying some beers. We've been very impressed with Ensenada's beers. They have a lot of breweries. It's really like an up-and-coming craft beer scene. This is our third that we've tried, and all of them have been very good. I want to try the peanut butter one next.
It smells amazing. Oh yeah,
That's a good peanut butter stout.
that's very nice. Apparently, this joint won Best Brewery in all of Mexico in 2022. That's saying something.
Terribly unhealthy bar food, but very tasty.
Since we're about to leave Mexico, we want to take advantage of the super affordable healthcare system here. We always purchase travel insurance whenever we're traveling out of the country, but Mexico's healthcare system is so affordable. Most of the time you don't even need it. It's really there if you get into a serious accident or something big happens. We are going to be going to the dentist today, and instead of it costing anywhere from $75 to $120 for a cleaning out of pocket in the United States, it's going to cost us $35 US. We went to the dentist last time when we were in Merida, and so many of you guys asked what it was like. So we're going to be showing you our doctor's visits over the next 2 days. Let's get these teeth cleaned. We're in Ensenada, which is kind of a border town. It's not as close as Tijuana, but it's like an hour and a half drive from San Diego. So a lot of people come down here to get dental work done. This office, everyone here, including the doctors, speak English. They gave us forms to fill out in English. The office is super swanky, just like any office you'd have in the United States. I can't speak to Canada, we haven't done the healthcare there. If you're worried about like not being able to communicate or anything like that, there's tons of options, and the care here is fantastic. In and out, 50 minutes with the paperwork. We do have a few cavities on our back molars, but they said they're small, nothing to worry about yet. In our last video, we had a lot of people ask us where we went. We went to Baja Dent. We'll have a link for the dentist down below. Now we're gonna go get food. Wreck our clean teeth.
These salsas are no joke here. They're homemade. This lady is super, super famous. She's been in Anthony Bourdain, and so many famous chefs from across Mexico and the United States, all over the world have come to eat here. It used to be just this little food cart in Ensenada, and then she's become so famous, and now she has her own restaurant here, and she's expanded to 1 or 2 restaurants in Mexico City. Good for her. She can also buy her salsas. They had Secreto de mi suegro, which is the secret of my mother-in-law salsa, and it is very spicy.
going to another doctor's office. I've been having some problems with my ears for really as long as I can remember. I don't hear very well, itching all the time, and I have trouble like clearing my ears. So I think something's going on. Probably it's clogged. I've been notoriously using Q-tips for many years. I've stopped, I know it's bad. So I'm coming to an ear, nose, throat doctor today in Ensenada, who hopefully will help me get this sorted out. Dennis is extra excited because he says I never hear him. He thinks it's more selective hearing, but really, I don't hear him. This doctor doesn't speak English as fluently as the other one. Luckily, I do know some Spanish, but there's gonna be a lot of technical words I don't know today, so we'll see how this goes. The office is very nice here. This is cool. He has a TV, so he's going to check in my ears and I'll be able to see everything that's happening. Yeah, that was bad. He's putting some baby oil in my ear. Whoa. This is crazy. I can hear so much better. Wow! Oh, I'm so happy I did this.
So,
Oh my God.
can you hear better?
This year, the second he sucked it out, I instantly could tell a difference of quality of hearing. I think it was about $45 for this appointment. So worth it. If you've ever used Q-tips, you need to get these clean. I'm telling you what. Another great experience.
Sweet.
For going to the doctors in Mexico. I will say we cannot say that all of Mexico is going to have fantastic doctors. Just like anywhere in the world, you can't guarantee you're going to have a positive experience. You can only speak to the doctors that we have visited in Mexico, but of course, do your own research on the doctors that you're going to be visiting. Highly, highly recommend. After 4.5 months traveling the Baja Peninsula and spending over a month with our friends Alex and Haley, today is the day we return to the border. We're feeling all the feels. Sad to be leaving Mexico. We love this country. Sad to be leaving our friends. We've had the most amazing time. Truly, I think this has been such a special trip for us just because of that experience, that relationship we've built. It's always hard to say goodbye. We have about a 2-hour drive from Valle de Guadalupe to meet the previous owners at the Banjercito. If you don't know why we're doing that, we'll link the video here. Let's do this. They say not to go through Tijuana because it's the busiest land border crossing in the world. And yeah, we're understanding why now. The lines here are absolutely insane. The traffic is just going left and right. We need to make a left to go to the Banjercito, but we have to go through the commercial lane. So now we're going through this insane U-turn where there's just cars everywhere. It is madness. The tip has been canceled. Thank you, Jesus. Now we have to tackle the challenge of crossing the border. We have to find the right lane because it's super important if you don't have Sentry, which is like the speed pass to get through the border. It's really important that you don't go in that lane. They have like thousands of dollars of fines and some people have even been jailed before for going in the wrong lane. We also don't have service right now because our Google Fi has shut that off since we've been out of the country for too long.
Thanks, Google.
Thanks, Google Fi. We have offline maps getting us there. We don't know if we're gonna be waiting for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. We'll see. We think we are in the right lane. Honestly, we aren't sure. We really are fingers crossing that we are. We see a line up here that says Acceso de Sentry, and we are not on that road, so praying. 14 minutes waiting, and I can see the border. This is moving pretty quick. I will say this is not a comfortable ride, so if you're in a larger RV, I highly recommend going to a different border crossing. This whole process of crossing is just so stressful. Thank you. It took us 42 minutes to get through the border crossing. It was super smooth. They didn't even really do an inspection of the RV. They just kind of peeked their head in. I'm so glad we are done and through that. And for those wondering, the ready lane, which was confusing for us, it was fine with our US passports. They accepted that as being the RFID approved card to get you through. The fact that we're on the other side of the border and done with that craziness, I feel like such an immense feeling of relief right now.
Joe tambien.
How do these roads feel?
Feels just as amazing as when we crossed into Texas the last time. Buttery smooth.
Enjoy that chew, girl.
Haley, I love you, girl. Not just because you feed me. You'd be awesome. But today we are heading on to San Quintin.
Quintin.
But today we're heading on to San Quintin.
Quintin.
Quintin. No me gusta the chin. It's like, this is not a good angle. Not a good angle.
From up.
Yes, from up. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's a pretty new one. Yeah, my sweet girl.